Right now, I probably would have been doing a video about what happened when I went to the range and did some more test firing of 7.5 Swiss and my Tikka 300 Winchester short magnum. Couldn't do it because for the whole 4 days of this long weekend there's a lever action championship on. So yeah, that knocked that on the head. And I was almost did it again. I was actually on the way to the range yesterday and I thought, hey, you know what, I better check this. Sure enough, you need to check it a week ahead or a month ahead or whatever. Anyway, so what I wanted to talk about was let's get a coat of oil on this thing. What I wanted to talk about was just how ridiculously, unbelievably well made these Swiss rifles are. I'll give you a close-up of the action, right? So that trigger block is an integral, and the tang and everything is an integral part of the action. You have a look how much machining, intricate machining there is to be done on that. It's quite ridiculous, the lengths they've gone to produce this rifle. It's just insane. Sorry, been out of shot. Now, so instead of wasting time, I thought I would do something about trying to improve the accuracy of this thing. Now, so a lot of the inletting for this stock was done by hand. I can tell, like a lot of it, and even the channel. There's some parts of it where you can see where it's been done by hand, or at least finished by hand. It hasn't all been routed in a machine station, in a workstation. But so what was happening was that the barrel was free floated all the way, well, probably from about there, all the way to there. You can see that lighter colour. That spot there, from about there, from about there onwards, was tapered in. The purpose of that was to clamp on the end of the barrel to, I'm assuming that was a system of dampening barrel harmonics. That's the only thing that I can think of. Why would you free float the barrel all the way and then at the end clamp it? But I have seen people who've sporterized these things, or I've seen a couple of videos where they were sporterized and they were just free, you know, the barrels were free, they weren't in wood. Obviously the bottom of the stock, yeah, but I think they would, like, I don't know, they'd chop them off to about there, have that band on there, and then the rest of the barrel free. And I don't know, I haven't seen people shoot, I haven't seen anyone do this as an experiment and show it on YouTube, where you shoot the thing as is, as it came from the factory, then, because I also scoop, also got to scoop the top out as well, the top guard. And I'll show you once I put it back in there how much gap there is. You don't need a lot of gap. I mean, it's not like the barrels, you know, once it heats up it just turns 90 degrees, but you do need a bit of a gap. And so like I said, I haven't seen anyone actually do an experiment like this where they shot it, because I've shot it quite a few times and shown the results, and then free float the thing and then test shoot it. I haven't seen that, like groups before, groups after. I haven't seen it before and after. So this is what I intend to do. You've already got the befores, but now the afters. And these things, like this, so this keeper, this band keeper, right, it's bolted in. So it's not pillared, but those holes are very, very precise. But it does have a metal plate for the recoil lug to sit in, and it's a big recoil lug. I mean, have a look at it. Have a look at the size of that. That is a huge recoil lug. that's what you want. Okay, Remington, even though Remingtons have been very successful and, you know, everybody's making clones. Right, so this thing is so precisely made that everything just fits together unbelievably well. Bang, and she goes. So I'll put it together because it doesn't take very long. I mean, even something that's a stamped piece of metal. Oh shit, I didn't want that to happen. Even though it's a stamped piece of metal, it is so well done. It's just, yeah. Okay. You must be getting sick of me raving on about this thing, but it is that good. It really is. I mean, how you can tell if a rifle has been taken care of. This is the quick method to see if a rifle has been taken care of. Any rifle, have a look at the screw heads. In particular the action screw, the heads of the action screws. Look how good they are. Now this rifle's bloody old, you know, and those action screws are in such good shape. So, I mean, it is so well made. I tell you what, these things come in so handy. You gotta get one. Get him down there. Get him down there, and then finish him off. One thing that I advise everybody is get yourself a set of hollow ground screwdrivers or screwdriver tips. Okay? Because if you use cheap shit screwdrivers, you will stuff the screws, like you really will. And I've done it, I know, and I've thought, you know, I'm going to go looking around for the right screwdriver, and I just did it with a shit screwdriver, and I stuffed the screw, the head of the screw. And you don't want to do that, you know, you really don't. Yeah, it's sitting way over, right? So, it's actually not sitting in the centre now. I'll just see what's going on there. I was sitting in the centre yesterday. That's the centre there. Oh, must have a bit of wiggle room in there. That's in the centre. It's in the centre now, sort of. Yeah, it is. A little bit. Anyway, so this goes on. Right there, like that. I mean, it's just. I mean, have a look at that screw. How much did it cost to make that, rather than just a shitty ass screw like everyone else puts on there? Huh? You hear that? It just clicked in. Nothing else clicks in like that. Whoops, wrong way. Nothing else clicks in like that. So I'm going to get another. Hang on, I'll just use the wrong screwdriver. Oh, the screwdriver tip's gone. I don't know. Use that one. The wrong, after telling everyone don't use the wrong screwdriver, using the wrong screwdriver. So, I mean, look at that. So that's the barrel band at the end. It's hinged. It is hinged, and it's got a keeper. That bolt can't fall out. It's, you know, you look at that and you go, wow. Okay, so now you can see down the end there, you've got a gap all the way around. Hope you can see that. I don't know if you can see that or not. So it's about a, what is it? Oh, 2.5, I reckon. 2.5 mil gap, almost 3 mil gap that I've got all the way around. Oh, I'm sweating. Still got a flu. Man, I can't believe how long this flu is lasting. It's been like a week, and it's murder. I went down to the beach yesterday and got some sun on my old bones because I've just been inside and working inside for so long that I've just turned into a proper pale face. I don't like that. So, she's together, barrel is free floated. Now all I have to do is take to the range, which is going to be next Friday, hopefully, and see what happens. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. In theory, it should help, but there's got to be a reason. There's got to be a reason why they did that. And for the life of me, you know, all the current wisdom is free floating is the way to go. So I'll give it a go. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this. Anyway, that's that rifle. I'll put it right there. That's that rifle. Now let's talk about the Tikka, the 300 Winchester short magnum Tikka, stainless super light. That is the stock that it came in, and this is one for the books. I like this stock. It's nice and light. It's really light. It's very rigid. Like it's super rigid. Not finished very well, but it's super rigid. I really like it. There are two problems with this stock. That is why it's not on the rifle right now. That butt pad. It's a 300 Winchester short magnum, man, and it's got a muzzle brake on it. And you know what? This butt pad, it's not a pad. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's just purely cosmetic because it does nothing. It's shocking. Like, it's really bad. I mean, I think I had a towel over my shoulder because I actually had the Spanish carbine. That is just a torture machine, yeah. And then I was shooting this and I was like, nah, no way. So what I was going to do was just get a limb saver or a backstop recoil pad and put it on there, a proper recoil pad. But the biggest problem, you know, a shit recoil pad, I can deal with that. The problem is this magazine. 300 Winchester short mag. Now, let me show you something. Okay, you can see. Like the follower, right? There's this big block there, which I understand. I understand why it's there. That's a short action thing. All right. If you've got short action cartridges, you put that, you have that block in there. But for a friggin' Magnum, so what happens is that you can't have a decent length cartridge in there, round. Now, I don't know what I've done. So this is just a 308 family magazine that fits in the stock that I got for it. I don't know what that magazine is going to look like. Hopefully it's going to be, I'm going to have a bigger area than this, a longer follower, longer slot to put the round in, because I have had to like, after the loads that I put together, they were compressed because that bullet had to go in so far just to be able to fit in this friggin' magazine. And this is a hunting rifle, so I'm not going to be single loading the things. So I want a magazine. I'll just grab it. So here she is. Now, so it's got this radial muzzle brake that I don't think is doing anything. It's in a, so here we go. Mr. Mr. Hypocrite again. Yeah, I know. When I was discussing this stock originally, I said, or these stocks, I said that I didn't consider this a field stock, I considered it a target stock. Well, guess what? I'm going to be using it as a field stock. Because there's not a lot of choice. I mean, what choices do I have? This stock, you drop the rifle straight in, it fits perfectly, and it's a great stock. It really is a good stock. Unbelievable value. Unbelievable value. So, what are the choices? You know, you get a Bell & Carlson, my God. This rifle only cost me $1,200 and it had a, where is that thing? Put it over there. It had a Zeiss Terra 3-9 on it, mounted on it. So I got all of that for $1,200. Hey, you know, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. Even though this is a T3, this is not a T3X, it's a T3. And in their infinite wisdom, they essentially put a 308, a short action magazine on it, lengthwise. You know, I mean, the 300 Winchester short magnum cartridges fit in this. This is what it's designed for, but it's so short. It's ridiculous. You got all of that. Whereas with the AOCS type mags, it's full length. That follower is full length. So I am hoping. Now this magazine does fit in here. Yep, it does. Right. So I am hoping, hoping and praying that, let's just drop straight out, that the actual magazine that I get for the 300, which is the short mag, is, I don't know, maybe a little bit bigger. There is a little short block in this end, so I might have to take that out if it's in the other one, so I can have it longer. Because what's the point? What's the point of chambering a rifle in a magnum caliber and then making the magazine so short that you know a 180 grain pill, friggin' easily 1/3 of it is past the shoulder of the neck. I'm not joking. I've compressed some of those loads big time just to be able to fit it in that magazine. It's crazy. So, and admittedly the butt pad on this thing is, yeah, it's nothing to rave about. But it's, you know, the other thing is the Tikka stock is very, very trimmed. You've got this little area that's smacking into your shoulder, whereas this thing's, yeah, there's a lot more area there that's smacking into your shoulder. So, that's what I've had to do. Now, I don't know. What I've got to do is I've got to get I'll probably give a shout out to Jason at Mountain Tactical in the United States and Art Biggesies, or another Jason at Australian Hunting Podcast, and ask him what's the go with the 300 Winchester short magnum magazines. Why are they so friggin' short? You know, you can't you know, stretch the pill out. You can't stretch the bullet out. Have it out. Seat it further out. So yeah. But in any case, I'll go. So I'm getting that magazine. When's it coming? Today's, what is it, 5th or 6th? In a couple of days. Either tomorrow. No. It's going to be either Tuesday or Wednesday, because Monday's a public holiday. I won't get that magazine till Tuesday, which doesn't matter because I can't go to the range until the next Friday anyway. So, I mean, it does look a little bit weird with the skinny barrel, but it's still quite light, surprisingly. You know? I mean, that field stock isn't seriously heavy. So, that's the situation. Tikka make a magazine that is completely unsuitable for the caliber. They make a recoil pad that is not a pad. It's just, yeah, just a piece of rubber they stuck on there to look good. Plastic bottom metal again. So I've Really, with this 300 inches to short Magnum, all I'm doing is fire forming the cases. Okay, I've got 100 cases, Hornady, which I wanted Lapua, but couldn't get them. So I wasn't going to buy Norma. I could have bought Norma, but they are ridiculously expensive and no better than Hornady. I don't know what this go is with Hornady. With Norma, they must think that the friggin' thing's made of gold or something. I have no time for Norma, zero. Your brass is second rate, and it's nowhere near Lapua. It's second rate. All of this shit that I have to do to even this cheap shit, PPU cases, I've got to do to yours as well. I've got to true the flash holes. I've got to size them just to fix the cases, the necks and that. I mean, man, you know, Norma, yeah, I've got no time for you. So the Hornady cases, they were the best value. That's what I got, and I'm just fire forming them. Once I've shot all those rounds off, then I'll be able to figure out what's the optimum case length, coal, comparative overall length, head space. Figure out the head space, take the plunger out, figure out the heads. But I really do want to fire form all the cases first. I've fire formed 40 of them, so I've got another 60 to go. But in any case, it won't be till next Friday, which is 6 days away. Next Friday till I can test fire these things again and find out what's going on. That the Swiss, the K31, you know, I'm really keen to get that thing really singing. You know what I mean? Get it shooting under an inch. It should be. I mean, you have a look at the manufacture of the thing, and the weight of the barrel. I mean, those barrels. I think that's one of the reasons why the K31 is heavier than the K11. The K11 bolt is almost twice as long. I mean, I'm not joking, because the K31 bolt is a complete different redesign, different design. It's not a Schmidt. Colonel Schmidt did not design the K31. They essentially just took the K11 and put that redesigned bolt. They had to wait for Colonel Schmidt to die before they changed the design. Yeah, really, because he had that much control, and he was that adamant that his design was perfect. Yeah. So, in theory, free floating that barrel should improve accuracy, but there's only one way to find out. The proof's in the pudding. You got to shoot it and then see. I mean, if it turns into, I can't see how it's going to turn into a hose by free floating it. I just can't. And the only thing that I can see is that it's going to aid in accuracy. Fingers crossed. Alright, so I'm just rambling on. I just made this video just to make a video, essentially, but I did want to show you this stuff because I'm a bit bored, and I don't like having too long a break between videos because people become disinterested. But the other project that I've got is, of course, the K98 stock. Redo that. Because this one, yeah, I'm having a real hard time getting that end off. I might have to leave it on and redo it with that on, which, yeah, you got to do it. But I'd rather have all the steel off, but I can't. So, and I'm not going to take the cross lug out. Or I may not redo it, because what's going on is that it's at the gunsmith's, the K98, my Israeli Mauser. It's getting drilled and tapped for mounts, because that thing has got just so much potential. It's so accurate. I really want to stick a scope on there. So anyway, I'm rambling on. Anyway, so I don't know, I might make another video, but you'll probably see me in almost a week when I've had a test fire of this thing in this stock. and hopefully that magazine is going to be bigger, and I'll test fire the K31. So until then, see you later.